Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, this is It's Weird, guys.
How are you guys both on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nile and Kyle.
Yep. Yeah.
Are those your real names?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Is
Cool.
that the only reason you're doing a podcast?
You guys, though, dude, we've followed each other for a while on Twitter, and I just checked your show out for the first time when I was doing show prep. It's really good, guys.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate that.
No problem. You guys do a comedy podcast that examines conspiracy theories, paranormal events, cryptids, and so on. It is so good, so good.
I love it.
Thank you.
How long have you guys known each other?
Since high school, so a little over 10 years now.
Yeah.
We met at like a Halloween party. I was dressed as an anime character, and I was like, check out this sweet punk music, and it was, the rest is history.
What anime character are you dressed as?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want to tell people now.
I was Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh
Nice.
my God, that's from not Brotherhood, right? I hated Brotherhood.
No, yeah, it's from the original.
Okay.
You and I, we agree, because most people will tell you Brotherhood's so much better. I don't follow that bullshit.
So many people love that Brotherhood crap. That shit was garbage. The script was so poorly written. The animation is crap. I hate the Brotherhood.
I never watched Brotherhood, but I thought it was supposed to follow the manga more.
It's supposed to follow. That's what everybody says. It follows the manga, but it's just.
Now I don't want to see it.
It's unwatchable. I thought it was unwatchable.
All right, cool.
These purist nerds, they kind of equate following the manga to like being good. So
yes,
but I mean, I'm sure we're getting in the anime followers with this talk here.
I know we started on the wrong foot, but if it's
start
wrong,
the show
I don't want to
over?
be right.
We got a huge demo. This is all over the place. I love it.
Is that one of your favorite animes? That's one of my top 10.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that I got into like early on. It was like that and Cowboy Bebop and
Naturally.
All that Adult Swim
Naturally.
stuff, man. That Adult
Yeah.
Swim stuff back in the day was
Cowboy
amazing.
Bebop,
Trigun.
Death Note,
Cowboy Bebop.
Trigun. Oh my
oh
God.
hell yeah.
Cowboy Bebop.
Hell yeah.
That end.
That was a good show.
Dude,
Man,
Cowboy
that-
was. Oh,
That's such a ride.
yeah.
Just an emotional roller coaster.
Didn't somebody, when we were in high school, somebody
watched the
brought it
movie.
in. Yeah, we watched the movie, and we were just like,
The movie
we
was
got to watch it in like a
great.
world
Yeah.
lit class, and we were like,
I had a friend who was like the biggest thug you'd ever meet, he was a drug dealer, he was a badass motherfucker, and I'm like, bro, you got to check this anime out, and I gave him the movie, and after he saw it, he's like, I've heard that people see butterflies right before they die. He's like, I've actually heard
So
that.
cool.
holy shit.
Yeah, like I was like, wow,
That's nuts.
Is there
wow.
one where they like took a drug in their eyeballs or some shit?
Yeah, that was what was
That
that
was
so
so
called?
yeah.
Do you guys
That
remember?
The eyeball mist stuff that they
That
spray.
art
yeah.
shit was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And there was one where like wasn't it a guy killing from like he was in a coma and he was like killing people like through TVs or something.
Oh, that was like the
Yeah.
cult one, right? That was like the Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
Gate.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That was
That
like
was
the
awesome.
Miracle Water. And
Miracle Water. That's
and there
right.
was also one called Perot Le Faux about this like French style like clown, but he was the
I don't
biggest
remember that one.
badass fighter ever. Like he was
That
this
one sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
fat circus clown. That is
I gotta see that. I don't
Dude,
remember that
The whole
one.
series is so good.
dude.
Yeah.
That is my favorite.
There's not a bad
should watch
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's not.
And there's only like 10 or like 12 at
something
most, right?
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I
something
gotta
like
see the
that.
clown.
The best ones are like the
Oh,
shortest ones.
The clown one is my favorite. And I also loved, I think it was the Halloween episode where they all died. They all had that shit in their fridge that was
Yeah.
Oh, the like the lobster
Oh, yeah, the
thing
fungus
that like
in
went
the food,
bad.
yeah.
it was like a spoof of Alien.
Oh, so
and-
good.
Which is
The
Yeah.
rock
every,
lobster.
every experience I have with food. Yeah, the rock.
Yeah.
It was a rock lobster that went
Yeah.
bad.
Oh god, that's awful.
Or the
Oh, shit.
shroom episode.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
nerding out, but the shroom
I
episode.
love, that's such a good show.
Oh
That is
my
a great
God.
show.
Such
I haven't
a good
seen it in
show.
years.
Talk about a bop all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
My friend was in the hospital watching that. He got, Sean, I think.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he wound up fucking getting into some skateboard accident, whatever. And he just went reruns of that show, but he kept saying the nurses were coming and be like, "What the fuck is he watching?" Like, I think we're giving him too much.
Also, guys,
yeah,
have you seen that they're bringing back Fooly Cooley? They're bringing like new
Yeah.
new seasons of Fooly Cooley.
You didn't sound too
Season
excited
2 and 3,
about
Yeah.
that.
I don't either. Like it doesn't look
Yeah,
good.
Kyle's the anime guy of the two of us. I'm the guru.
What do you think about it, Kyle?
I like the studio that they've got working on it. The like ad that they rolled for it, that was kind of cool. Part of what I like so much about Fooly Cooly is just kind of it's very stylistic. So as long as they can capture that, I don't really care what story they tell, because Fooly Cooly for me wasn't totally about the story. It was just it was about other things. But as long as they can capture the kind of feeling of the animation of the original, then I'm on board. If it looks like some stale bullshit, then I'm not in. But I'm leaning towards it'll be good, because I do like the studio. It's the same studio that did Ghost in the Shell. So
they also did, I think, the animation, the anime in Kill Bill.
That's so good. That part's really good.
That part is so. I mean, the movie's amazing,
love Kill Bill,
but that
part's really good.
Oh my god, that shit is good.
Fooly Cooly was like a coming of age story done the best way you could possibly do a coming of age story.
Yeah, absurd and confusing.
Yes, it doesn't even make sense. You still don't even know at the end what the fuck happened, but you feel great about it.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah, Fooly Cooly. So good. I think it's like 8 episodes tops.
That's 6. I think it was 6.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of these series, we're just gonna do a story and we're gonna end it, and it made it so much better than just going on forever.
Yes, then 12 seasons of chasing some half demon that you never catch.
That's the first one I was thinking too.
Oh my god.
Lots of walking. We're just gonna walk.
And then we're gonna redo the same 6 enemies a couple times. It's gonna be the band of 7 and the band of 6 and the band of 6.5, and 8 is enough. 8 is enough. That's when you finally get Dick Van Patten.
I was gonna say the dad comes back.
Yes, that's all you have at the end is Dick Van Patten.
So we're getting all the demos.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, sorry for the derailment, but your show.
I didn't mean to spur on anime talk. I apologize.
You probably didn't expect that at all from us.
Yeah, you're like, these guys are just douchebags.
But we got an obligatory Dick Van Patten reference in, so you don't get those too often.
Yeah.
That's a comedy pyramid.
Yeah.
That just totally paid off. What has been your favorite story you've covered?
Let's see. I'm a big fan of the huge kind of governmental cover-up kind of stuff. Like I really like. We did something recently that was called Solar Warden. That is basically an intergalactic army that we have we've reverse engineered alien technology to build these ships. This is real. That are out throughout our solar system, and they're like 3 different tiers of them that are patrolling different places, and some of them are working with aliens, some of them aren't, and it's this huge thing that was actually found by a guy that hacked into government databases and found a project file labeled Solar Warden.
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Do the ships are they protecting Earth, or are they out doing shit like malicious
Probably
stuff?
both.
Right?
Yeah, it's a mix. Some of them are closer here, kind of looking out for aliens that are trying to attack us, and other ones are out there actually fighting with other aliens in galactic
So
battles.
we're already in an interstellar war?
We just don't even know it.
Yeah, and the best part is one of the sources that I was looking at when I was checking this out described all of the soldiers. They're augmented and stuff, and he straight up likened them to Master Chief from Halo. And it's those little things like that you find that make it fun to do a comedy version of a conspiracy podcast.
As long as it's not Master Shake. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm just picturing XCOM.
You need Master Shake, though. It's the only way you get big.
Nice.
Nothing bigger than Master Shake.
Man. I really hope our government's that competent.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be really dope if our government was competent enough to start a solar army.
That would be
or
super
a
cool.
galactic army.
I'd be pretty proud.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kneel then.
No.
It's more likely that aliens have reached out to us clearly and plainly, that would just send a message to hey, we're aliens, you want to communicate, and they're fake news.
Russia.
Fake news.
Or we straight up send them a mix CD. It's
Totally 80s.
It's Carl Sagan's mixing it too. So what did Carl Sagan even like?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what kind of.
We sent him a gold record, but do they even have record players?
I think it was just that satellite.
That's all
feedback
they
we
have.
listened
All
to.
they have is record players.
Yeah.
That's
That
how
makes
they
sense.
tricked us. We thought we were going farther, but they stayed records.
They really love phonographs.
Yeah.
Well, they've gone so far ahead of us that they now loop back around and like have the next level like holographic phonograph. Like it's ironic. Yeah, they use them ironically.
All the aliens are hipsters, basically.
Oh god,
Yes. They have typewriters and.
we had an Earth before it was cool, guys. We had life.
Do you guys talk about the Mandela Effect at all?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, we've done technically 2 episodes on that. I guess one was a crossover with another podcast. But yeah, that was an early one.
Yeah, that was one. Honestly, when we started the podcast, that was actually a big thing going around at the time. And yeah, we've now had a chance to talk about it twice, and I always find my favorites are the ones based in reality, where it's like the mind stuff. Like basically, the Mandela Effect kind of came down to the mind playing tricks on itself. That's a lot of what it can be attributed to.
Except for Bluebeard 2011,
Yeah,
who's
except for
like our
Bluebeard.
favorite YouTuber.
Yeah.
One of our, he thinks we lost like a lot of family members to the Mandela Effect.
Wow.
We have to look him up. He's
Wow. We got to get him on the show.
Yeah, yeah, go check that out. He's
Get
great.
that dude on the show. He's convinced he's lost family members, and what he like doesn't like mayonnaise or whatever.
No,
was
that
our
was
intern.
another one.
That
was our intern.
Is that what he's
His wife
doing
from
now?
another
He's calling
dimension.
himself Bluebeard and doing
Wow. He always was into
Yeah.
Bluebeard.
It's these.
Oh
these
shit, that sounds
it's the
really
concept
cool.
of like
man.
alternate dimension stuff, like leaking into our reality
Yeah.
and changing stuff, and that's
So, but if
that's
he
the whole
thinks he lost
conspiracy.
family,
And there's like YouTube channels of people who believe that.
Oh, like the Berenstein Bear thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
exactly.
and,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Sinbad being in a movie when he was a genie.
Yeah, but he
he
wasn't.
really.
And
No,
he
he
was
wasn't.
also a sailor.
Right.
What happened?
Exactly.
The one that always gets me is that I guess in Star Wars, Darth Vader says, "No, I am your father," but some of us remember it as Luke, "I am your father," and I remember him saying,
Right.
"Luke, I am your
Wow.
father."
There's in Tommy Boy when he's doing it into the Finn, he goes, "Luke, I am your father." So you might be
Yes.
remembering
Wow.
from
That's
You
the
might
Tommy
be
Boy.
remembering.
Because if
fucking
somebody
dead Chris
misquotes a
Farley.
thing and then that thing, yes,
Drugged
Yeah,
out,
sure.
coked out Chris
How many
Farley.
yeah,
times?
maybe he's tapped into another
Yeah,
universe.
maybe
Yeah,
he's
maybe.
into paranormal.
But when you say lost family members, like actually or just they don't talk anymore.
Like lost him on
Yeah,
they
no,
have
there's
friended on Facebook.
there's kind of a side of this theory that people switch between timelines. So
Wow.
they'll call themselves Old Earthers or New Earthers or these various other designations. Like we supposedly lost the continents west of Australia at one point, and we also. But this guy specifically says that in his old world he had a wife and I think 3 children.
Whoa.
And in this one, when he flopped
This one
over
sounds
into
really
our
cool.
current
Yeah.
continuity, now I think he's like single.
Yeah, this one sounds really interesting.
Wow.
Like this is one of those things that like I can't
That's-
completely I'm fascinated
Yeah.
by the idea of that. That sounds really awesome.
And that sounds way more believable than people calling themselves incels when they can't get laid. Right? Like that's, I think.
What's an incel?
An incel is somebody who dubs themselves involuntarily celibate.
That Reddit got shut down, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like recently, like this week.
What got shut down?
Damn, I have nowhere to post anymore.
Yeah, I know, it's bad. I don't know what to do with my nights anymore.
What? What?
that
What?
Mandela effect.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
awesome
Cool.
theory. I
That's a
love
good
it.
one.
Have
yeah.
you guys ever done anything on the Hollow Earth?
Oh, I love Hollywood
We've
stuff.
done
Love it.
Flat Earth. We haven't
Flat
gotten to
Earth is
Hollow
awesome,
yet.
too.
Oh,
For
Flat Earth.
a
They call us
tangential thing about trees
globetards.
not
I know,
being
yeah.
real.
Globetards?
Did you?
Yes.
Somebody just bought they're raising money to buy a satellite to launch it to see
DOB.
if one of
Yeah,
the
I
flat
saw that,
earthers, yeah,
dude.
one of the flat earthers to see if it to prove everybody wrong. And I'm like, when he fucking
Wow.
talk about a waste of money.
My favorite is I saw this
Why
video
is
of a
the moon
kid.
round?
Yeah.
If we're flat, why is the moon round?
It's like stuck
But
up there,
that's
right?
no, that's I think like a Hollywood set. They say.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what they say.
It's way weirder than that. It would take a while to get through, but it's ridiculous.
I remember
The moon is just the sun facing away from us. It's
Yeah.
the sun's back.
Well,
Right? No, I'm just kidding.
The sun's butthole.
Yeah.
I believed it. Makes
You
sense.
believe it? Oh yeah, totally.
No, you're good.
The sun
Spread
turns
that.
around.
Tweet that right now.
Yeah.
What happens when you can see both though? Is that like a reflection thing?
That's a tranny.
That's just a
That's a
government
bonus.
Conspiracy. I don't
Alright.
know. Yeah.
There
the
is
sun
this.
and the moon are actually very small
Okay.
Yeah,
in reality. in the firmament. Yeah, and with it, we actually live on a flat Earth that is encapsulated by a dome, which is called the firmament.
Yeah.
And the sun and the moon are within our atmosphere, and they're really, really small. And both
like
generate
floating,
light.
right?
And, and they both generate light.
Okay.
Have you? So I remember like in like the '90s, like looking up websites on flat earthers because they were fascinating to me.
Wow, I didn't know they were around that long.
Yeah,
They've been around.
Like
they've been around. I remember Howard
They've been around
Stern
since
back
flat.
in the day.
Like when people started coming up with a theory of round Earth, they were still flat earthers. Like
they've never gone away.
Like in the 1916s, there's a dude who was like doing experiments to try to prove the Earth was flat with like wells and strings and shit. But there was one weird theory on one of their websites. It had nothing to do with flat Earth. They just thought every town named Springfield was the same town, and you could use them to warp between Springfields.
A flat Earth theory?
This was in their flat Earth society, like in their. This was like a separate
upper echelon.
Like they have other theories unrelated to being flat Earth, but that are also weird and make no sense.
Springfield is like a portal.
Yeah,
to
all
other
Springfields are the same Springfield.
I have the same theory about targets.
Yeah.
You walk in, you don't know which target you're in. You stay in there long enough, you walk out, you can be anywhere.
You're in a different jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's in the betting section.
I saw the greatest flat Earth video where I saw this kid. He took a ball and poured water on a ball, and he's like, "Do you see how the water's falling off?" And then took a plate and poured water on the plate, and he's like, "You see how the water's not falling off of the plate? That's what happens when the Earth floods." And that was it. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He was like, he was like, "Come at me."
Done.
And that was it.
And his
What
name
do
was
you got?
Mike Jolitz.
Oh, poor guy.
If you ever want to go down a really kind of weird rabbit hole, the guy that runs the Flat Earth Society, his name's Eric Dubay. He actually writes rap. He has a rap album that came out this year.
Oh, you got to
Flat
get
Earth
him on.
Movement.
Yeah.
You got to get him on.
Eric Dubay?
Oh,
Yeah, Eric Dubay. He runs
What
the Flat
a
Earth.
name.
He sounds like a character.
His lyrics range from Flat Earth to full-blown anti-Semitism. And,
of course, it always comes down to hating Jews too.
They're behind.
Yeah.
They're behind people
Like,
Like you
lying.
can't
Actual
just
lyrics
think
from
that
one
it's
of his
flat.
songs.
You got to also blame the Jews.
They have the magic, the sheeny magic that they trick you with. That makes you think shit's round.
Yeah.
They're fucked up.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, definitely go check out the Flat Earth Movement. It's pretty great.
Does he have a
lives
rap
in,
name?
Like,
Does he have a separate?
It's like a rap album.
But does he go by
rap
like a different name when he's
No, it's Eric
rapping?
Dubay.
Yeah, Carlos Danger.
A stage name. It's gotta have a stage name.
Oh, that's so good.
That's hilarious.
Flat Earth.
Flat
DX.
Earth. EARF. MC Gibson. MC Mel Gibson.
What do you think is the most absurd conspiracy out there?
Mel Gibson.
Oh, I can handle it. Yeah, go ahead and take this one, Kyle. I think the weirdest one that I have heard, the one that like was so beyond logic and understanding. There's a really small. This actually I think happened. Was it late last year or early this year? It like people were posting on YouTube and a couple other questionable websites about how the forests on Earth are fake.
What?
And basically what they were saying is that there's like there's an Earth from before we knew it where like trees grew out into the like hundreds of feet tall and humans lived inside the trees like the fucking blue
Like
people
the
in
Keebler
Avatar.
Elves?
And like giants roamed the Earth.
Okay.
And then we all killed ourselves in a nuclear holocaust situation, and as a result, the government wants to cover up that we like nuked ourselves and destroyed these mega trees and
Are we
these
still
giants.
in the trees?
So the way they do that is they like tell us that so what we're actually seeing on Earth that we think of as trees are bushes.
Is this like the plot to
and
the
they
next
basically
Avatar
say-
sequels?
Yeah,
There's like six of them.
They're like saying shit like they basically another thing that they'll say is like look at Devil's Tower. That's actually a tree stump.
Devil's Tower.
And other
North Jersey.
crazy bullshit. So that's the weirdest one I think.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I like that giant trees.
So-
Yeah.
I've heard guys, because
Yeah.
I used to listen to George Norrie a bit, and I've heard guys that are like, yeah, I uncovered a giant skeleton, like skeletons of giants.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff about during I think the Gulf War maybe where giants fought it alongside like
In the
in the war.
in the
Yeah,
Gulf
this is
War?
Dark
Oh.
Souls.
Slambo.
people.
Looks like we're getting a call.
Yeah, we have
it
we have an
was
important
in
caller
Iraq.
on the phone.
Robin Slim
Robinson
Show.
Show.
Well, there's no ever pubes. I'm on those Lamborghinis, they don't from gator hunting, and those Lamborghinis are cell phone, man.
Wait a minute. We're talking about conspiracy theories. Is this heavy pubes?
Yeah, man, they don't have a pube.
This guy talking from a giant tree.
What do you know heavy about heavy conspiracies?
Oh, have a conspiracy, man. I wonder I done abducted by aliens right out of the swamp. I was outside there going fishing, and then I saw that Florida lizard man. And he came right out of the swamp.
Did he give
Yeah,
you?
it's not even joke, man. It's no truth.
I'm not laughing. Did he give you a reach around?
Yeah, man, he gave me a further reach around. He stuck his scaly fingers up my asshole, and don't press my balls.
Did it hurt?
Rubbing his cloaca all over my head.
Did it hurt more going in or going?
Hey! Half man. It was like a man fucked the gator, and that was their back down child down in the bush.
Hang up on him, son. Block his number.
Block the heavy pubes.
I don't know. I don't know where he's going with this. Heavy, did it hurt going in or coming out?
No, it was coming out, man. It was no coming out. Don't have a pew.
Heavy.
It's the truth.
Heavy pubes. We have two big conspiracy guys on the lines. Do you have any questions for them about conspiracy theories?
And what's your favorite conspiracies?
Yeah, I got a big question. Well, what do we do about what about that Don George Bush being one of them lizard people? I think I might have that might have been his son or something, a cousin, a brother, something I ran into. Maybe it was Bush himself. I don't know, man.
I think I followed that. I think what we can do is if we let regardless, if you let the heat warm up the rocks, and the lizard people will go out to bask on the rocks because they're cold-blooded. So we just got to catch them basking in the sun.
Is this why most politicians take vacations like speeches?
Yeah,
Because they're all lizard people.
that's what they're doing down at Mar-a-Lago. Is they have a basking area for the reptilians.
Oh, that makes a lot of
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
That's great.
I like that. Okay, I have a question, and whoever can answer it first wins.
Okay.
Who let the dogs out? Heavy Pubes, is that
The
you?
Baja Men?
Yes! Yes! Nile and Kyle beat you. You have to hang up ashamed of yourself, Heavy Pubes.
Heavy pubes.
Oh man,
by
I
so
don't
many
hope to
names.
win
Yeah.
that new round back boat. You guys don't take care and God bless. And you watch out for them
You too.
little folks.
All right.
You don't watch
thank
out for
you.
them
Thank you
lizard
very
folks. I told you them lizard folk are real. I've been saying it for over 10 years now. Okay, I gotta go.
I'm not gonna hang up on him. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God. Can you guys, could you tell us what you have coming up in the next episode?
We actually just finished recording it before we called you guys, and we are doing a 9/11 overview.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's some good
Yeah.
ones.
definitely
great,
want to
yeah.
hear that. Thermite paint?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
Do you guys have
Thermite paint.
Yeah, we covered thermite a little bit.
Nice.
like thermite?
We covered a lot of the big ones. We kind of tackled Bush doing 9/11, which we kind of just solved that just now with the reptilian thing. Why
Right.
wouldn't a reptilian want to
I
bring down the World Trade Center? But yeah, we just kind of covered the big stuff. The jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Bush did 9/11, and the
Cool.
Jews did 9/11. We did the big three.
Yeah,
I like- how many of
Holy
your
Trinity
episodes
of
end
9/11
with-
conspiracies.
We have to prove the Jews didn't do it. Like how many
we
times?
have to clear these Jews.
I'm Jewish, and I'm always just like, whenever people say that shit,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, search me.
Yeah,
Have-
like he really wants to be invited to the
Did-
cabal.
did the Jews kill Bigfoot?
They're really that powerful.
I think the Jews did Bigfoot. I think they're responsible for Bigfoot.
We'll give you that one.
Do you have a Bigfoot
That's
episode?
not a very nice way to talk about Adam Sandler.
Do you guys have an Adam Sandler episode?
No, he gets brought up. Kyle likes to issued as many early on. Kyle issued about a death threat to Adam Sandler in every episode.
This show sounds great.
Yeah.
They are. They're really fucking good.
An insult to art, I think. And I don't know. That really bothers me. And I don't know. I just have a thing with Adam Sandler. I latched onto it. It's kind of an Oedipus.
You don't like people arguing between shampoo and conditioner?
No, it's not an Oedipus complex thing. It's some Freudian bullshit. Who knows? I just hate Adam Sandler.
I don't
feel me.
Guys,
every now and then I try to watch one of his movies thinking it's gonna be good, and it's just always terrible. Like that Pixel one, I was like, oh, this might be all right.
God.
See, what you got to do though is you got to watch a bunch of bad movies at once to like keep it in perspective.
I was thinking you gotta just punch yourself in the face as hard as you can.
Oh, you can do that too.
A lot. And then watch it.
In that movie, doesn't somebody fuck a chick who turns out to be Cubert or the other way around, right?
Yes!
Yeah.
That's why that movie's worth watching.
I never
That
saw
is.
it. Thanks for ruining it for me.
Spoiler alert.
Well, the guy
You
who
really
does the
got
voice
some
of the
spoiler
snowman.
warnings there. Thanks. Yeah, haven't seen it. They not only did they fucked Hubert in that movie. Here's the thing.
They
Am I
fucked him
wrong
in
about
the
Adam
nose
Sandler?
hole.
Because I really don't think so.
I think that's the only hole Cubert has.
I think I'm on the right track here.
A cloaca, if you will.
All right, I'm sorry, I cut Rob off. We actually got
No, we gotta wrap this up, Nile and Kyle. But where can everybody find you guys?
Twitter at IGW Podcast, Facebook.com/ItGetsWeirdPodcast, and we're on Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes for under It Gets Weird.
Awesome. And we have 2 followers on Vaughn.com if you guys ever want to check us out on there. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
No problem. We'll see you later. We'll see you in the big flat Earth conspiracy theory.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
We'll see you on the other side of the earth.
We'll
Underneath the earth.
We'll see you on the flip side. Later, guys. Are we gonna watch a little My Little Pony?
Yeah, we could do that.